Dillian Whyte is not one happy camper right now. He's drowning in his own tears, and he can't believe it. Because the WBC has made Dominic Breazeale and Eric Molina a title eliminator for the right to fight Deontay Wilder as the mandatory. This your boy CJ Goodfellow back with the Boxing Clinic. And, I've been, kind of telling you guys how funny these sanctioned bodies are with these rankings. We talked about the Demetrius Bivol getting an opportunity to be the super WBA champion at light heavyweight, taking on Trenton Brodenhurst. This one on this Saturday. I got us ranked number 14, and that's the guy that you get to have your title shot, a vacant title against. That's not, he don't even deserve to be a real world champion, by fighting a guy that's 14th, in the rankings, not even the top 10. Then we talked about how, Shavansky wasn't even ranked in the top 15 of the WBO. Automatically, they approved, main events of Sergey Kovalev petition to regain his WBO 175 title versus Shavansky, and he wasn't even ranked. And then they artificially ranked him at number 10. That's the BS I'm talking about, you dig? And we talked about the Curtis Stevenson Golovkin thing. Well, Curtis Stevenson wasn't even ranked inside the top 15. They artificially ranked him. And now it's hitting home with one of Eddie Hearn's fighters and Dillian Whyte. Now he's feeling the pain. Now, I've been talking about this. I'm one of the few guys that's in this boxing media, on the YTBC, LDBC, whatever you want to call it, that been talking about how shady these sanctioned bodies are with the rankings. And now Dillian Whyte is starting to cry. He's the number one guy, now that Ortiz is falling out. He's the number one guy in the WBC rankings. He should be Wilder's mandatory. We talked about that. And Wilder might not have a choice but to face him. But now Wilder has a way out. In the WBC, somehow probably working with Al Heyman on this. And, Dillian Whyte thought it was going to be a layup. It was a voluntary fight for Wilder because this is a mandatory, so he gets a voluntary. He didn't have to fight Dillian Whyte, you know what I'm saying, next. But, when the eliminator come around, when the mandatory come around, Dillian Whyte should have been number one. But Dillian Whyte doesn't have anybody but the smack but himself. Fighting Derek Chisora, Malcolm Tan, and whatever this guy he just fought Saturday was, fighting those guys, ain't going to get you a title shot, though. It ain't. The guy that you fought Saturday, Robin Henstein, whatever this guy's name was, one of Johan Dunlap, whatever that guy's name is, that's from France that Wilder beat and knocked him out of the 12th round. Real tough guy. He knocked the guy out in the 6 rounds, you know what I'm saying? So you think you deserve a title shot based on the competition that you've been fighting? If I'm the WBC, I'll jump over you as well, too. You shouldn't even be ranked top 10 in the last 3 guys he fought. It's time to step up the competition and grab your title shot. Everybody want to be handed a title shot now because they handing them out. But you got to grab it. You got to earn it. And is it wrong for Dominic Breazeale and Eric Molina to be fighting? Absolutely, for Eliminator. Eric Molina is barely in the top 15 for what I've read. I'm going to link the article in the description. And Dominic Breazeale is 6. So it's 5 of the guys ahead of him that deserve this title eliminator before him. And yes, Dillian Whyte is right. But at the end of the day, Eddie Hearn doesn't control the entire board. You know what I'm saying? He offered Wilder a fair shot and a fair offer with $3.3 million. Wilder, countered with a fair offer. He wanted to promise to fight Anthony Joshua. It didn't happen. So Wilder going to fade you. He going to leave that $3 million on the table. And it would be a probably easy $3 million for Wilder if he got past the Vern this weekend. But Dillian Whyte is still crossing his fingers, hoping and wishing that he is still the number one guy at heavyweight, and the WBC will do right by him. And it won't be anytime soon, player, because he got a voluntary. Then, his mandatory be Eric Molina and Dominic Breazeale if he wants that. And then, potentially a unification bout that trumps any mandatory with Anthony Joshua. And that's how they're trying to rock out and plan it out for Deontay Wilder. I have no hard feelings for Dillian Whyte. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You got to fight some opponents. You got to go get you a name, And what's funny is cheaters are getting title eliminators as well over Dillian Whyte, with Alexander Beckin taking on Christian Hammer for the right to fight Joseph Parker. Ain't that comical? He's a repeat offender. And they said that Luis Ortiz was a repeat offender WBA, and they suspended Ortiz for a year. Alexander Beckin wasn't suspended for nothing, really. I remember. Maybe a couple months. And all of a sudden, he get another shot at greatness again. And that just shows you the biasness. And these sanctioned belt bodies, they want to push these Russians. And look at a lot of them. They want to push these Europeans to be top, but at the end of the day, they got to earn it. If they're really the best, it'll work out that way. You can't, strategically try to move the board and artificially move the board and hope the best happen. Eventually, the best going to fight the best, and the truth going to come out. But it is what it is. I feel Dillian Whyte, but I ain't got no sorrow for him. We out.